Well, since I'm doing it, I might as well go ahead and put it out there. AEW Dynamite review. I'm actually 3 days late, but it is what it is, man. Listen, y'all, 2022 has already started off on a wrong foot. First, we lost one of the great legends in the Hollywood acting field. Man goes by the name of Sidney Poitier. Dipped out right at the beginning. I'm like, dang, man. Then right after that today, I don't know if y'all know the group Ftw. This is an old school R&B group, but you are very familiar with their song Juicy Fruit. You want to know why? Because Biggie Smalls sampled the beat and used it on his track with the same exact name called Juicy. You know exactly what I'm talking about. The leader of the group Ftw, James Ftw, passed on today. I say, man, another legend gone. Then, right after that, TMZ released the evil satanic news. Full House member, America's Funny Home Videos, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Bob Saget, dipped out and he was on tour. Just put a tweet out, said, I'm about to get ready to get back on tour. I'm like, then he dies in his hotel room? I don't know about that, y'all. I don't know. I say, man, 2022 ain't playing. I say, oh, this is crazy. This is crazy as the Betsy Bug, y'all. This is insane. Man. Whew, y'all. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all like this. Whatever y'all do, man, get right with the Most High before you get up out of here, because you never know when it's your time to go. You never know. That's why you better get right. That's all I'm going to say. Alright, so let's go ahead and break down this episode. Hangman Page, Bryan Danielson. We opened the show up with them once again. You would think they would close the show, but then again, no, because of what channel we on. We are on TBS now. This is the new era of AEW. This is the TBS era of Dynamite. How did I feel about part 2 with Hangman and Bryan Danielson? The only difference about this match was Hangman went by himself bleeding. Hangman, let me tell y'all something. Hangman, one of my favorites, but Hangman, no, he bleed like it ain't nothing. That dude, he can't help himself. He got to find a way to get busted open. I'm like, man, Hangman, dude, listen, I get it. I get it. You want the sympathy. You want us to feel for you. Bruh, you find a way to get busted open every match. Every match, listen, man. When blood calls for it, sure. This dude said, no, I got to find a way to get busted open. And he wasn't alone. I don't know about y'all. I've only seen Bryan Danielson his chest be red. I've never seen him have a crimson face. Bryan Danielson was bleeding all over the place as well. Never seen it before. Never seen that. Now, matchup wise, I preferred part 1. Part 1 was outstanding. Part 2 was great. But I prefer part 1. And y'all, the judges was a waste of time. We had Jerry Lynn, Mark Henry, and Big Show. They hyped up the judges as if we was finna get somebody that wasn't even nobody thinking about. And I mean, look, we're nobody really thinking about them, but I mean, come on now. They hyped up the fact that the judges was gonna play a serious role in the final result, which they really didn't. Matchup was only 38 minutes this time, so they went about 38 minutes. Like I said, they just beat the snot out of each other. It was, like I said, it was just like the first one, but I think, like I said, for me, I preferred part 1. Part 1, I felt like they gave everything in part 1, and I'm like, well, how are they going to tie? See, this is one of the major reasons why AEW sometimes fall into a problem, where they give us outstanding matches on the first one. Part 1 always be great, but sometimes they can't live up to the hype for part 2. It's like they went to like 10 gear on part 1, and then part 2 they kind of fell back to gear 7, even though they tried to go up to gear 11. It just wasn't working. They tried it with everybody bleeding like crazy, because nobody ever seen Bryan Danielson get busted open like that. And the fact Hangman, he gonna listen. He gonna make sure he bleed. That's how it is with him. But I just personally think part 1 was better. That's my take. The match was great. It was an excellent match. I'm not saying the match was not bad. The match was not bad at all. The match was great. You got 2 excellent professional wrestlers that know what they're doing. But like I said, for me, I would take part 1. That's just my take. So, Bryan Danielson loses. Hangman wins. He retains his title. This feud should be over, which means Hangman moves on to somebody else. So that's that. So we get MJF in action, commercial. We got the Acclaim. They said they got a rap video coming out just for Sting and Darby Allin next week. MJF takes on Captain Sean Dean. Now listen, folks. Listen. I'm going to be 1,000% with y'all. I didn't like this at all. You want to know why I didn't like it? Because Captain Sean Dean sure was capping for Tony Khan last week due to the Big Swole situation. He was capping hard. He was like, yo, I'm the black exec. I'm the one who bring in all the black folk. Yeah, he was doing all that right. So you would have thought Tony Khan would have actually threw him a bone. He ain't throw him no bone. This is basically what happened. MJF and Captain Sean Dean was about to fight. CM Punk comes out the woodwork and he lays out Captain Sean Dean, which causes MJF to lose. So the winner is Captain Sean Dean. And I'm saying to myself, Tony Khan, now, why the clown would you do your man like that? Your man was putting his neck out there for you. And you go and you do that. You go and partake in that foolishness. I told you, man, when we see, this is the issue that Big Swole really was trying to talk about, but she really didn't say what she really meant. When I say get us right, this is not getting us right. This keeps setting us backwards. And people gonna say, well, he won the match. Yes, he won the match, but that's not how I wanted him to. I know this is stupid. You're trying to protect MJF, which is great, but the stupid part is you do know that you've made Captain Sean Dean look more just like a straight loser. And I'm like, why do we keep doing that at the stake of the cats that look like me? This is the issue that I have with AEW when it's concerning the cats that look like me. Captain Sean Dean, yes, he won, but to me that was just straight stupid. It was dumb. Now this fool on Twitter talk about I beat that man, put it on the shirt. I'm like, man, just stop it. Stop the Cap Sean. Just stop it, bro. Stop it. I was like, come on, man. So you gonna have CM Punk do a heel move just so that Captain Sean Dean can get the victory. I said, that's not setting us right, man. It's setting us back, man. I said, AEW got to come on. Come on with the come on, man. Because this is just, I'm like, come on. I saw that match. I said, you got to be kidding me. Like, dog, what is this? It was stupid. It was real dumb. So, after that, MJF and CM Punk tried their best to get the promo thing working. Both of them started to talk about how if MJF wanted to run off, he can go join the 4-day extravaganza over there, and you can main event WrestleMania all you want. Then both of them was like, well, let me guess, you really think you're the real Piper's Roddy Piper? And he's like, no, you is. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. I think they threw all the jabs they can throw at when they was over here in Chicago, because for me, I feel like the promo work between them kind of been falling off for both of them, and both of them are excellent promo work. But as of right now, I feel like they really ain't been doing that. Both of them are cool though. Even MJF, you know, he can say he got all kind of stuff to be coming off the top of this throne. But CM Punk, now the jab about him saying that you can go join that 4-day extravaganza, now that was cutthroat. But the deal is, what I be saying, AEW be allowing WWE to live rent free in their head. This is what I'm talking about. This is living rent free in their head. WWE's living rent free in their head. The fact that you have to constantly keep mentioning them all the time. These fools keep babbling off on when they want to fight each other and all this stuff, but you know the name of the game. So MJF said, fine, if you want to get it, you're going to get CM Punk versus Warlord next week. So Are we doing the same thing that we did before Jericho could get his hands on MJF? The fact that CM Punk's going to have to go through every member of the Pinnacle before he can get his hand. I'm like, you know what? I don't really want them to recycle that same storyline. I don't. I know they trying to push this all the way down to Revolution, but we don't need to doggone do the same storyline that we did with Jericho before he can get his hands on CM Punk. I'm like, you know what? I ain't feeling that. I'm not. Now, we getting CM Punk versus Warlord. Warlord finna finally lose again. Because you know CM Punk is winning. You know that, right? So, like I said, that's that, man. So, next, we got Jericho out there. Jericho comes out, starts talking about Booker T and back in the day from WCW. Then 2.0 come out. Y'all, this segment was garbage. I'm sorry, man. I don't know what it is, man. I was liking 2.0 at first. I was. But this right here, y'all, this Jericho and them, they just sound extra garbage. They sound stupid. They was saying some stuff. I was like, are y'all trying to be funny? Because this ain't funny at all. This is lame. This is trash. I'm like, man, I don't know what happened to Jericho, man. I don't know if him going on tour, like he just lost his edge. I don't know, man. This, and then like I said, these 2.0 boys, man. I don't know. I don't know. I was liking them at first, but no. I mean, they just talking smack, calling each other garbage and this and that and goofiness. Just clown fest. So on Rampage, it was gonna be a street fight. It's gonna be 2.0 and Daniel Garcia versus Eddie Kingston and Proud and Powerful. That's basically what the matchup was. So that's what they was talking about. So backstage, we got Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, and Cole is talking about how the boys are back together and all this stuff, and that ain't nobody gonna break them up again and all this nonsense or whatever. And you know, let me tell y'all something. There's a lot of people that's saying Adam Cole has fallen flat and he's not the same cat that he used to be while he was at NXT. Let me tell y'all something. That's because they working with everybody else right now. Some of y'all need to be, y'all are very impatient. Y'all very impatient with Adam Cole and them, man. Adam Cole will be AEW World Champion when the time comes. Y'all do understand that, right? Y'all just gonna have to be patient. That is the problem with y'all. Y'all don't like to be patient with the stuff that they do. And like I said, if the stuff is garbage, I'll tell you it's garbage. But the situation with them right now is postponed because both Matt Jackson and Brandon Cutler, both of them, Brandon Cutler, both of them came down with COVID. So they kind of had to hold off the storyline for right now. So that's why Nick and them went on the show. This is why they had them do their little segment. It's like their little reunion. Undisputed Era is back together, minus Roderick Strong. You know, decent little segment, you know, cool. So now we got Warlord in the ring. Warlord versus Antonio Zambro. Y'all already knew what was going to happen. Listen, Warlord is on another level right now. Now, I know some of y'all saying Warlord is bland and all that. What y'all expect? The man is a big man that's trying to play cool with the guy who's paying him. You know he don't want to be in the Pinnacle no more. Y'all understand that, right? They had to play this off slowly and steady. I believe the time when he's going to turn is when that man becomes AEW World Champion. Not right now. They had to keep playing this thing out. They had to. He don't even like Sean Spears no more because you see every time when they be out there and Sean constantly keeps getting in the raid with the doggone chair and everything. He don't want to be out there. He don't want to be. He wants to wrestle for himself. He's tired of them getting involved in all that mess. You can see it on him. Every time that fool come out there, just start beating folk with chairs. He's like, man, what do you want? Listen, bro. I'm strong enough. I'm big. I'm a big muscle dude. I can handle my own. Who is this Antonio guy? Right, why do I need you to beat him up with a chair? I can beat him up with a power bomb, which is exactly what he did. But y'all, he gonna snap. He's just not right now, but he gonna snap. Warlord wins easy. So we get a recap. We are starting a feud. Chris Statlander and Layla Hirsch. They are going to go with Layla as a heel. I don't like that. I would prefer Chris as a heel. I told you, I like Layla as a babyface. But some people think they're going to have Layla join Team Taz. Maybe. I'm not sure, but that's that. So now, the matchup with the whole build-up of them coming to TBS was all about. TBS Championship match, Jade Cargill versus Ruby Soho. I told y'all from the jump, this title was Ruby Soho's to lose. Fast forward, we had the big blow up that took place last week online. Big Swole versus TK. Now, people are saying that what took place was actually planned from the jump. And you know what? I'm just gonna say it was. Big Jade Cargill's daughter was out there with her husband. And that should have told you everything you need to know. How was this matchup? This matchup was decent. It was better than I expected. It was still, like I said, y'all already know. Listen, the game with Jade is her physique. Her physique, her promo ability, and what she brings to the table. We all know Jade ain't the best wrestler on the planet. I'm going to keep saying it till I'm blue in the face. This is one of the major reasons why I didn't want her winning the title. Because I feel that even with Ruby, and I know a lot of people was online saying that Ruby not all that. You know what? Ruby's not all that. But I prefer Ruby. I think Ruby's a much better wrestler than Jade Cargill. But what they went with, Jade Cargill is now the annual TBS champion. And I'm going to say this right now. Jade Cargill now must learn on the job. She ain't getting no more passes, folks. My girl got to learn on the job. For fools that say AEW does not have black champions, well, there you have it. There you have it, folks. Now, does it feel like tokenism? Yes, it does. It feels like tokenism because of what transpired between Tony Khan and Big Swole. And apparently Big Swole said that TK still ain't reached out and apologized. So, but Jade Cargill gonna have to learn on the job. And she gotta learn quick. She gotta learn quick because y'all already know the name. Y'all know how the game works. Everybody is online saying that Tony Khan pandering because she won the title. I'm gonna say this, since the fact that this was planned since day one, my girl Jade, time to get better. It is time. My girl, you got to learn on the job. You got to learn quick. Ain't no more giving passes no more. We got to learn on the job. I told y'all, I see Jade as an AEW Women's Champion, not no TBS Champion. But the fact that they gave her the title, Jade Cargill got to learn on the job, folks. My girl's got to learn on the job. It's not even a question. It's not even a question no more. It's not. It's not a question. Jade Cargill wins. That's that. So we get the annual sit-down talking video promo with JR and none other than who I think is one of the best female wrestlers in AEW. Serena Deeb. You know you made it when you get the sit down interview with the legend himself. You know it. When you get to sit down with JR, you know it's serious business. You ain't look, JR just don't let anybody sit down with him. JR does not. You got to go back to even when he was in WWE, how everybody who sat down with that man, you knew it was a big match feel. That whoever sat down. He asked her, you feel that she'd cheated you, and you feel that because she cheated you, you should be sitting here as the TBS champion. Why is that? Why do you feel that way, Serena? Serena said, JR, you already know the game. First of all, none of those girls in the backs can lace up my boots. I'm the best wrestler in the women's division. Is she lying? That's all I'm going to say. Is she lying? Serena Deeb, one of the best in the game. I did not think this girl was all that, man. Listen, and I wasn't paying attention that she was the same girl who was part of the Straight Edge group with CM Punk and Luke Gallows goofy behind. This girl, I'm telling y'all, she the female Bret Hart, man. Look, she said what she said. She said, look, I'm coming for Cheetah. I'm coming for her next week. I'm going to beat the brakes off of her. This, I'm going to end it. I'm going to end it on my terms. That girl tell you all that stuff that she cheated, all that mess. Look, I'm going to see her tail next week on Dynamite. I'm going to beat the brakes off her. It's my girl, man. I love heel Serena. So look, I didn't know I was there. I did not think I was going to like heel Serena. I did not think I was going to like heel Serena at all. No. Heel Serena is great. This is why you could have, in a way, you could have had heel Serena be the first annual TBS champion. Because, think about it. She carries herself as this dominant wrestler who nobody is on her level. That's the one I would have went with. That's who I would have did if it was me. The fact they going with Jade, okay then. Hey, it was great, man. This was great. She said what she said. She said it's 17 years of anger, and she gonna show it out on Sheeta. Look, man, Serena's the one. Serena Deeb is that one. She's the girl. She's on fire, man. I love it. I love it. Next, we get Malachi Black versus Brian Pillman Jr. Julia Hart is out there with an eye patch on, still selling the black mist, or whatever that stuff is. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. As we knew, you thought Brian Pillman Jr. was going to try something. He couldn't. He couldn't hang. Black let him hang for a hot second. Took him out. Laid that fool out. 1, 2, 3. So now what? Where do we go now? Where do we go from here? Malachi Black wins. Easy. You know, what do we do? What do we do? So, Tony Schiavone is talking with Ruby Soho, and she talked about how, you know, she came up short, but that's not going to be the lasting memory of that people see of her and everything. And as usual, I told you, can't nobody cut no promo in the back. Can't nobody, because everybody gonna get interrupted. Britt Baker comes out the woodwork and said you couldn't get the job done and all this stuff. Soho says Baker can't win a match against Riho without the other two clowns in the way. She ain't lying. Every time those girls get away, they always screwing over whoever Britt Baker's wrestling. And she said Rio's gonna beat you again. So that turned into a 2-on-2 for Rampage. Ruby Soho, Rio versus Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. Now we got this matchup. QT Marshall and Aaron Solo was talking about how Hook basically disrespect them. Yes, Hook was in his class. He claims that he's the reason why Hook can wrestle. But while he was in his class, he always was late and he always disrespected them. But you're not going to be able to disrespect his boy Aaron Solo on Rampage, because that's the matchup that was set up. So that's that. So now we get to the main event, which is the AEW Tag Team Championship match. Ladies and gentlemen, what took place in this match, an audible was called. I'm telling you right now. Ain't nowhere in the world Jurassic Express and them should be sitting here today as your new AEW Tag Team Champions. It shouldn't have happened. But what took place, they had to. They had no choice. Was this tag team match great? This is Spot Fest. This was your heavy Spot Fest. This is all they know. This Spot Fest infested. The spot that screwed up everything. Alex Abraham Hontes, this fool went and got a tape. I'm like, bro, I don't understand, man. Look, this is a regular tag team match. You don't need to be bringing no tables out there. I could see if this was a tornado tag team match where it's a no DQ tag team match. Yeah, it's fine. This was a regular match. So why the clown are we bringing a table out there? That fool got the table right. And Luchasaurus grabbed Rey Fenix, choke slammed him through the table, and the way how Phoenix came down, he came down as it looked like he broke his arm. I said, they done. I saw that. I said, oh, they finished. So, Jungle Boy ended up doing the move on Pentagon Jr. and they ended up getting the victory. And now they're sitting here as your new AEW Tag Team Champions. Now, let me tell you something. They've been well deserving of these titles. It's been a long time coming. But I'm telling you right now, they weren't next in line. Next in line was supposed to be Proud and Powerful. Oh, and during this match, everybody that's part of the tag team division was out there. You had everybody. It was like everybody was out there. Everybody was watching. I said, look, they telling you what's about to pop off. Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Christian were celebrating like crazy because now they are the new AEW Tag Team Champions. I'm gonna be honest with you, the Lucha Bros really ain't do nothing with them tag team titles. They had a couple of decent matches that was great. The build up to them winning the titles off of Young Buck was outstanding. It was excellent. But for me, I'm gonna be 1,000% with y'all. They title run was very underwhelming. And I like the Lucha Bros. The Lucha Bros are outstanding. They're one of the best tag teams on the planet. But I personally feel that they tag team run was very underwhelming. Very. And I think a lot of that has to do with both, especially Ray Phoenix being in and out. You know, he be there sometime, he don't be there. And then another thing, too, I think AEW kind of felt down when it came to booking their storylines or helping them out. Because it felt like they really ain't know what to do. I hate to be the guy to say it, but it may have possibly been tokenism with them. The fact that, oh, look, we got some Hispanic cats and say, oh, look, we got diversity. Let's throw the titles on the Lucha Bros. So, you know, I mean, I don't know, y'all. That's just me. I just felt like their title room was very lackluster. It was decent. But I mean, they really didn't do anything. And then, like I said, my man getting injured, that's what messed up everything. So TK had no choice but to call an audible. Lucha Bros lost. Jurassic Express are your new tag team titles, which now this pushes back the heel turn for Christian. Christian can't turn heel now. He can't. He has to act like everything is all good between him, Luchasaurus, and Jungle Boy. Oh, and Marco Stunt, his contract won't be renewed, so that's why everybody been wondering where he's been at. He ain't coming back, and I'll be honest with y'all, he really didn't bring nothing to the table. All he was just a mascot for Jurassic Express. That's all he was. So, but the fact that Tony Khan brought him on so that he can get exposure, that's kudos to Tony Khan for that, you know. But you know it is what it is. So, that's Dynamite for y'all. That's Dynamite. Like I said, everybody was out there. Everybody came out here, so everybody gunning for them now. So, Jurassic Express, the target is on their back now. Now, who in the world would I book to be the guys to dethrone them? It's only one tag team. It's the Acclaim. The Acclaim are next in line. It's time for the Acclaim to start getting prominent wins. It is time. I'm tired of seeing my boys just come on the show just to job out to everybody. This is now where you build the Acclaim to be the ones to dethrone them. Now, when did you have them lose those titles? They just got them. They going through Revolution. They going through, well, you know what? Yeah, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have them go through Revolution, but I think at Double or Nothing, that's where you pull the plug on the Acclaim. The Acclaim win the AEW Tag Team titles against Jurassic Express at Double or Nothing. That's what I do it. I think they'll have, so let's see, they just got the titles. So January, February, March, April, May. So what's that? That's a 4-month reign. That's a solid 4-month reign. They can go through everybody. And then, like I said, the Acclaim, they start letting them get prominent wins because that's the name of the game. These dudes are over like a mug. They got themselves over with the cheesy rap gimmick and all that. With the Acclaim have arrived, and listen, that you know that's Max Caster all day and Anthony Bowens with the Acclaim have arrived. These cats are over. They over like a mug, and they just so happen to be black. They over like a mug. It's time. It's time to start pushing them. I know they got the storyline going on with Sting and Darby Allin, which you know at the end they're not going to win. They're going to lose again. We already know that. But here is the time. This is the time to start booking them and giving them prominent wins. So when the time comes for them to win those AEW Tag Team titles, we pull the trigger. That's that. So that's my honest review about Dynamite. Like I said, the show was a solid show. I still feel like we was on TNT. I know they made the move to TBS, but we got to step it up, folks. We got to step it up. And like I said, the injury didn't help. My girl Jade, she got to learn on the job now. Because I think a lot of things with Jade, I think it's timing. Timing issues are what messes Jade up. She has to time when somebody hits her, or when somebody does something, she has to time it at the exact right time. Because sometimes she be going too slow, or she be going a little bit too fast and be missing the cue on whatever is the cue. This is why chemistry matters when it comes to wrestling. If you want to have an outstanding match with somebody, you got to have the chemistry. You have to. And it's one of the issues that my girl Jay has. My girl must get the chemistry issue down. She got to. She got to learn on the job. I'm telling you right now, this is constructive criticism because I'm one of the biggest Jade Cargill fans on the planet. And I'm not going to disrespect Jade just to disrespect her. I'm going to talk about what she needs to improve on. Because that's the name of the game. We want our wrestlers to be great. We want our wrestlers to do phenomenal things. My girl Jade got everything. It's just the wrestling stuff that she needs to get. Get the timing. Get the timing down, and I'm telling you, she on her way. And when she get it, get out the way. That's all I'm going to say. So this is my review for AEW Dynamite. I'm coming right back. I'm going to go ahead and give you my Rampage review. And I'm going to talk about Battle of the Belts. I'm going to go a little bit detailed on Battle of the Belts. So this will be a Rampage / Battle of the Belts review. It's your boy Caseyville King Cell for life. I'll see y'all in a minute.
This is a Lion and Brian Beach production.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy Caseyville King Cell for life. I am back again to talk about AEW's Rampage and AEW's Battle of the Belts. So, Rampage was solid. I think, listen, look, like I said, AEW gonna have to figure out how to be live. They just gonna have to. Cause I mean, yeah, it was taped, but still, I told you the tape concept is not gonna work all the time. Sometimes you can make it work. A lot of times, no. This episode, it was good for what they brought to the table, but still, let's break this show down. So we open up the show with the AEW in-ring debut of Jake Atlas taking on the phenomenal man himself, Mr. Undisputed Era, Mr. I am down with the elite, the super elite, Adam Cole, baby. Jake Atlas has promise. I remember he was in NXT for a little bit, but this young man got promise. He got it. Now, when I heard that he got hurt, it happened so subtle. I don't even remember how it happened. I just know it happened very subtle. And Adam Cole just put the submission hold on his leg and he tapped. And it just happened. Like, they was having an outstanding match. The match was great. But my man's got hurt out the woodwork. So I don't know if he tore his ACL. I'm not sure. But I told y'all, AEW gonna have to figure out, man, because as of late, they've been having too many injuries. It's like, I remember everybody was talking about AEW is a safe haven. It's a safe place to work. And I've been like, y'all been having way too many injuries to be saying some stuff like that. As crazy as WWE is, they don't even be hurting everybody like that. So it's, man. And listen, it wasn't Adam Cole's fault at all. It was just, my man just had to move he moved his leg a certain way, and it was just so, it was a non-contact injury. And those be the worst. Those be the worst ones. And they said they rushed you to the hospital or something like that, but it is what it is. Y'all, I'm sorry, man. It's the latest second. It's early in the morning. I should be getting ready for work. But I said, let me go ahead and get these reviews out. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that was that. Like I said, they was having a good match. Very good match, you know what I'm saying? But until my man got hurt. Next, we got Hook versus Aaron Solo. The hookers. Where the hookers at? This young man got it. This young man got it, man. I'm telling you. I think this was his weakest match, and it had nothing to do with him. Aaron Solo, y'all, I thought he was gonna be something. He just there to be there. I'm sorry. He really don't do nothing for me no more. I told you, man, hanging out with QT Marshall stable needs to just disband, cause they not doing nothing with nobody. I mean, the only person that actually had promise out the whole group, well, two of them, Anthony Gogo had promise, but we haven't seen him since Mr. I Got a Dream, a.k.a. the Homelander guy, a.k.a. Cody Rhodes, was trying to save racism or stop it or whatever, be the end of it. We haven't seen him since. And the caveman guy, Nick Camarato. Dude, he got the straight jacket on. I'm like, okay, you could do something with that. He's in a straight jacket. He wrestles in a straight jacket. Like, y'all could have done something with that. QT Marshall Group has done nothing. They have gone nowhere. They have done nothing. It's like, I don't even want to see none of them. I mean, I just didn't want to see QT Marshall. Now I don't even want to see his group. They faction they shouldn't be a faction. They shouldn't be on television. You know, so Hook ended up beating the brakes off of him. Solo submission. Beat the submission guy. You know, young man is over. The young man is over like a mug, you know, but the factory, Q2 Marshall Group, they gotta go. They ain't doing nothing for me. They're not. Next, we got the tag team match. Ruby Soho, Rio versus Dr. Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. This was a solid tag team match. We already knew what was going to happen. Now, what took place in this match? Y'all know what's going on. Y'all know what's going to happen. Jamie Hayter, Britt Baker is about to crack. They're going to crack. And especially what happened. They end up running into each other. Rio and them had to get the victory because the very next night, Rio was going to be taking on Britt Baker for the AEW Women's Championship. Girls, they tore each other up. Solid tag team match. But like I said, you already knew who was going to win. You know. So now, we got the picture by picture, side by side. Got Eddie Kingston, Santana Ortiz taking on Daniel Garcia and Team 2.0. Mark Henry in the middle. They over there running their mouth. Eddie Kingston and them weren't even there yet. They come there. They look at that man. They just running off at the mouth. Eddie Kingston and them just walk off. They said, look, I'd had enough. Ran into the room where they was chilling at doing the interview and started beating up breaks off of them. So that carried on all the way out to the match. You know, Mark Henry said, that's enough talk. It's time for the main event. Y'all know everybody love that. It's over like a mug. They get out there. They just tearing each other up. They beating each other up limb from limb. Let me tell you something. Daniel Garcia, I like Daniel Garcia. That dude, Daniel Garcia just know how to just beat the brakes off of it. Like, that's just in him. Like, he got to beat the brakes off of you mindset. Kind of like Eddie Kingston and Santana Ortiz. They just tore each other up. They was beating each other up, tearing each other up. Eddie Kingston and them ended up winning thanks to Santana. Santana did the moveset. On one of the dudes. And after that, that's when Daniel Garcia and them went and got the belt or the bill. And he ended up laying out Eddie Kingston, right? So they ended up beating the brakes off of all of them. And then that's when Chris Jericho comes down there. They even taped Eddie Kingston to the ropes. That's when Chris Jericho comes down to the ring and calls himself trying to save the day. Now, apparently, after the show went off, Eddie Kingston and Chris Jericho was staring each other down. So, I don't know. Like I said, it's supposed to be over proud and powerful. It's supposed to be over proud and powerful, but, you know, it is what it is. You know, like I said, that's it. That's it. Like I said, it was a solid Rampage. If I had to choose which was the better show, was Dynamite better than Rampage this week? I don't know. I can't even tell you. I can't tell you if Rampage is better than. Usually I'll let you know, like, okay, yeah, this show was better than that show. But for this week, I don't know. I just felt like both episodes kind of was just like, let's just do something, you know, because we really ain't got nothing to do. So that's that. So let's go ahead and look up the Battle of the Belts. Battle of the Belts. This is the new showing that they're going to be doing. I'm going to be honest with y'all, it felt like a Rampage. We opened up the show. Now, due to COVID protocols, Cody Rhodes and Brandy Rhodes will not be on the show. Therefore, Cody couldn't defend the TNT Championship. So, what does AEW do? AEW says we're going to have an Interim Championship with Sami Gerard versus Dustin Rose. Now, I'm sitting up and asking myself, like, you mean to tell me that y'all couldn't use any of the other titles or something? Like, y'all couldn't, I mean, I know Jay just got it, but then again, y'all know, they wanted a good wrestler, man, so I get it. But you also couldn't get somebody else from the back. We got Dustin and Sammy. Dustin and Sammy actually was solid. It wasn't that bad. It was a very decent match. It's just strange that we go back to Sammy. Sammy ends up winning, and he is now the interim TNT champion. I'm like, my man's just lost it. Now he gets the interim championship. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not sure. I don't know how I feel about that, you know. I'm not sure. You would think they would put the interim title on Dustin, so when Cody gets back, boom, Dustin is a representative of Cody Rhodes, right? You would think. No. So after the match, Daniel Garcia come running out and he gets into Sammy's face. I mean, he got into his face. Punking the man, pushing him over. Just, I mean, it was like, man, this is crazy. I mean, he got up all in his face. So I guess now, since Daniel Garcia is done with Eddie Kingston and them, I guess we're gonna get Daniel Garcia versus Sami Gerard coming soon for the interim TNT Championship. So that's that. So oh yeah, Fuego was out there trying to do some clown stuff. So we get the FTW Championship finally. I wish they would put more forth and effort of this title. Don't make it seem like this is just a replica title just to be, you know. We got Ricky Starks taking on Matt Sydal. This was actually a very good match. Everything about what took place after the match is where we move forward. So Hobbs is already out there. Hobbs is watching his back. And after the match, they started to beat the brakes off of Matt Sydal. Well, who comes running out? Lee Moriarty comes out the woodwork. He comes out the woodwork just to get jumped. And then after that, that's when Dante Martin comes out the woodwork, because you know Dante's still dealing with them. He gets in the Will Hobbs' face, and obviously they get ready to have a matchup on Dynamite. Now remember the last time they fought, who won? Hobbs. You know when this one, you know Dante winning this next one. It ain't even a question. You know you're gonna win. So that's that. So we're gonna move on from there. So now we got the women's match. Britt Baker versus Rio. Main event battle of the belts. A lot of people was online going off on this matchup. This was actually a very good women's match. Rio, I'm telling y'all, Rio might be small, man, but Rio, she know how to wrestle, man. She can wrestle. She's very good. And all the chaos that was going on in this match, even with Rebel cheating right in front of the ref the first time. I don't know why he didn't kick her out. But then the second time, he finally woke up and kicked her out. And so Rebel was gone. So now she got to depend on Jamie to help her. But she ended up getting thrown into Jamie. So it just caused all kind of confusion or whatever. But Jamie still, like a good sport, helped Britt Baker retain the championship. So after that, Rio ends up tapping to the submission move that she does, where she put her glove in your mouth and all that crazy stuff. She made a tap, and that's when Britt Baker and them got in the ring, and Jamie hugged Britt. Rebel was happy. She hugged all three of them, so everybody's supposed to be on one accord. That's only for right now. That is only for right now, because we already know when the time comes, Jamie is going to snap. It's going to happen. So there you have it, folks. That is Battle of the Belts. That is the first edition of the Battle of the Belts. I'm going to be 1,000% with y'all. They hyped up Battle of the Belts like Battle of the Belts was going to be off the chain. And it was solid, but it wasn't what the hype. It didn't live up to the hype. It didn't. It did not live up to the hype like it was supposed to. It did not. So that's that. That's my review for Rampage and my review for Battle of the Belts. So I just said, let me go ahead and just do a double review for that. What y'all think? Y'all hit the comment section up. This your boy Kicksville, King Self for Life, and I'm gone.